Let's talk about schools. We got a lot of parents watching right now. The CDC a few days ago finally put out some long-awaited guidance on how schools could safely reopen. But here's the thing. They tied it directly to the rate of infection in any given community. And I'm going to put a map up because if schools were to follow that right now, 90% of the counties, 90% of the schools would not be able to open under the CDC's own metric. Was it a mistake for the CDC to connect school reopening to how much infection there is in a community?
Well, let's first say this, that in the last 4 weeks, schools are opening every week. More schools are opening. And it is because we are supplementing what needs to happen around the vaccinations, getting into states, but also because we're seeing progress.
But what about that CDC guidance then? That's the question.
Well, so here's the thing. What the CDC, what they have recommended are exactly that, recommendations about how to reopen safely if they've been closed, how to stay open if they've been opened. And so the recommendations include what, again, needs to happen around social distancing, hand washing, mask wearing. But the point is that we all want our kids to get back to school as quickly as possible and as safely as possible.
The CDC has said it is not a prerequisite for teachers to be vaccinated for them to go back to school. But many teachers are wary of going back to school. Can you reassure teachers who are listening right now that it is safe for them to go back to school, even if they are not vaccinated, if these public health measures like distancing and masks are being implemented?
So first of all, let me just say this, and the president has said it, and we're all really clear. Teachers should be a priority. Teachers should be a priority. I believe that up to 22 states, I believe, have prioritized teachers in terms of vaccinations.
But the states have the. Is it safe for them?
Well, I think that we have to decide if we can put in place safe measures. This is why, and it's so important, we pass the American Rescue Plan. It's going to be safer for our schools to reopen when we can get our schools the infrastructure needs, like helping them with their ventilation systems, helping them create social distancing with barriers, the things that are necessary to get them back open in a safe way.
So, Savannah, after that interview, I understand late today the White House clarified.
That's right. A spokesperson said the vice president and the president agree vaccinations are not a requirement for teachers to return. It is the White House's preference that teachers get priority, but that, Lester, is up to the states.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.